Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Email Tiger, and in today's video I wanted to give my thoughts on the ending of 13 Reasons Why Season 2, the potential of a third season or whether they should just make extra episodes, and of course whether the series should be cancelled, because obviously Brian Yorkie, who actually did a great deal with making the series, actually recently defended it when of course people are asking for it to be cancelled because of the graphic scene with Tyler, and I would totally not agree with everybody saying that it should be cancelled. Like, most of them are SJWs, so of course I wouldn't agree with most of them, but to be honest, the scene is a voice for of course a lot of people, a lot of guys who have suffered from sexual assault in a similar kind of situation, which actually happens quite a lot all over the world. And yeah, I'm glad that that was part of the storyline. Obviously, if you guys have seen 13 Reasons Why Season 2, you would know that Tyler's arc with gun violence is pretty interesting, and it was actually suggested that we were going to see that way back at the end of Season 1, where he has this whole arsenal of guns, which of course is also was actually a pretty realistic arsenal. Like, it was based off of one that people might actually be able to assemble, that wouldn't cost too much money, and we see it actually in action in the finale of the second season with of course the scene where he tries to shoot up the whole party because of when he was abused by Montgomery in the, of course, the graphic abuse scene or assault scene in the toilet or bathroom. So yeah, I thought that was really graphic, but I do think it's important to address that, yes, while, you know, there's this big gun violence problem in US, and, you know, many people are struggling with, you know, even just going to school because they think about maybe being a victim of gun violence, of a school shooting or something like that. It's important to also address that sometimes the people doing that have had, you know, a horrible past, and while that doesn't actually justify it, that still goes on. So it is an important part of Tyler's arc with gun violence, and I'm really happy that they did address that. Of course, the scene is very graphic, and I had no idea that Montgomery and his friends would go to that length, but they were pretty upset by, of course, what Tyler did, that helped, contributed to, you know, getting Bryce and all of his friends out of the season. It basically cancelled the season, but I thought that was awesome, of course, because, you know, Bryce is the villain and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much what I thought of the graphic season 2 scene, which everyone is pretty much complaining about. It was pretty traumatizing, but to be honest, as I said, it was needed. It was necessary to address sexual assault that men can actually be a victim of, and that actually happens a lot more than we do think. However, in the second last episode of the season, we find out that Bryce, of course, only suffers with a 3 months probation, which of course a lot of people were really frustrated about, as Justin had to spend 6 months in juvenile for basically being an accessory. And now, while that doesn't make sense, you know, we live in an unjust society, and it was pretty important for Brian Yorkie to also implement that in. You know, tons of people would have wanted Bryce to get what he deserved. Of course, he did rape several people, but in my opinion, this just having him only get 3 months probation just meant that this was a lot more of a real show. And, you know, I wish that he did get what he deserved and he actually got a worthwhile punishment instead of just a slap on the wrist, and I'm sure all of you guys do as well. But this kind of thing goes on way too often, and there's tons of situations where being from a privileged background and being white or Caucasian does mean that you suffer less of a punishment. And while it's totally unjust, it is represented in 13 Reasons Why Season 2, and that was also one of my favorite moments. Alright guys, make sure to leave a like on this video. That was my kind of ending explained video for 13 Reasons Why Season 2. I really have no idea whether we'll get a Season 3. I think it would be nice to just get a couple episodes follow up. You know, they've done that kind of thing before, and I'm pretty sure Netflix could just make a couple episode or even just one episode follow up sometime around next year. That would be nice to see, but overall it really just depends on the numbers. How many people watch the season from start to end will affect the production or the future of the franchise, but I don't really think it would be nice to see a whole season 3, as I said, because there's not much story to add and it would feel like it's overdoing it. Some people actually thought that season 2 was overdoing it, so yeah. But looking back on it, I actually did really enjoy season 2. So if you guys did as well, make sure to of course like and comment down below, as this is a open discussion thread.